Alright guys, I'm gonna wait for everyone to come on that wants to come on to this live feed, okay? So, I'm gonna wait because never in the history of being a victim's advocate, and trust me, I have dealt with the most vile people, abusers staring me down, trying to intimidate, and all of this stuff, but never in my life have I had to deal with such vile people on YouTube, and also just where the priorities are, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jessica. Hi, DeMarilyn. Hi, Lady Mindset. I am not intimidated by no means, guys. But let me see. Hi, Casa. Hi, Sherry. Or Cherry. Guys, I just want to say really quick thanks. Thanks, Stefan. My mind is actually blown. For one, that keep in mind, I am very cautious, okay, with what I put out. And trust me when I tell you, in this video that I'm showing right here that I had posted, I didn't speak of anything that pertained to any private information. I did not give out email addresses, phone numbers, anything like that, guys. Okay? I am extremely careful. And so when I stated I needed my lawyer to look at the information before I do a video, that's because that's what I need. Okay? The whole point is this person that reports, that I've shared private information, just blows me away. It really does. And it can only come from someone that is on the Watts side, that supports the Watts. And also, guys, you know what? As a victim's advocate, I would recognize them under the Victims' Rights Act, just by being the grandparents of the children. Do not get me wrong. However, when I see no remorse or empathy and nothing for your granddaughters, that changes my mind. I don't know who the person was that did this. However, I did get comments that I deleted that I'm kind of sure I know who it is, because they asked me, please don't talk about Jamie, don't do it, don't do it. So I'm assuming it is something that has to do with that person that commented that. She did not want me to talk about Jamie for some reason. Okay. So this video right here that I put up was public information, guys, that you pay for. It's, it's public information. And also my opinions, and also facts that are stated in the discovery files, which are 1,960 pages of 2,000 pages of discovery. Okay? Look, I wouldn't go after these people because I'm sure, yeah, they are hurting. And the reason why they're hurting is for their son. And also, what really hurts my heart is that they bash the mother of their granddaughters, okay, on national television. And what got to me the most is a comment that Cindy had made, and you guys can go back on my videos. I posted that video coming straight out of her mouth. What happened to that sweet boy in high school? Shanann happened to that sweet boy in high school. So right there, she's victim blaming, okay? Also, Chris's best friend, when the FBI did an investigation and spoke with him, he had nothing but nice words to say about Shanann. However, once he spoke to this one, it changed, and then he wrote a letter to prison to Chris, which they read before the prisoner gets those records. Sorry about that gleam. And what happens is the FBI got confused because what you just stated to us is contradicting what you just wrote to Chris. Because she got into his head, okay? Trying to convince other people that, you know, she's right. And then this is typical narcissist behavior, guys. They need everyone to be on their side, okay? And everyone that doesn't agree with them and that are not on their side, they're the enemy. They're the enemy number one. You will always be the enemy. But what I'm saying here is that in all of being a victim's advocate, I've never seen such vile toward victims the way that I see the slander of a mother that lost her life, that can no longer defend herself, a family that is in deep mourning, that's being bashed. Those are the things that truly break my heart. And when I got involved in this case, it's because of Shanann's personality. Those girls and Shanann captured my heart and tugged my heartstrings just like the whole world, just like the whole world. You're right, Jessica. She won't admit that she raised a monster and she made mistakes as a mother. And now, honestly, guys, no one is perfect parents, okay? We all make mistakes. I mean, I've made mistakes with my kids. And, you know, we don't have a book that tells us when this happens, this is what we need to do as a parent, you know, and it's okay. It's okay to make those mistakes as long as we realize the mistakes we've made. But also as a parent, I think we need to teach our children more compassion and empathy. Because empathy is what will teach your child a life skill that will stay with them for the rest of their life. They will be so successful in all they do, okay? Now, I want to also just talk about a little bit, you know, about myself here and where my passion lies. So when you guys hear me, you know, because I think some viewers are mistaking my passion for coming across a certain way. That is just passion in me, guys. I can't control that, okay? And then when my emotions come out, when it comes to children, I can't control that either. I am human. I have a heart, and that's just who I am as a person. I would feel sorry for these people right here if they showed me that they truly felt like they were in mourning. But really, what got me and what stuck with me and what I go to bed with every night when I pray for the Rusiks is the fact that the Rusiks asked them, do you want anything to remind you of these babies? Do you want any of their toys that you might have bought? Something as a reminder. You know, maybe she's not sentimental, but, you know, I think this one was the most involved, okay? I'm going to give that to Ronnie because he did FaceTime the kids. He was very involved with the kids, guys, okay? That is a fact. And I will give that to him. But this one, you would think, as a woman, as a mother, as a grandmother, you would want something that's part of those babies. Something sentimental. Something you might have bought them, just to remind you. And they didn't want anything. They said no. No. They just wanted Chris's toolbox. Just his toolbox. And his trophies from when he was a boy. Because they honestly believe, if you go back at my videos, like Cindy stated, what happened to that sweet boy in Colorado? Shanann happened to that sweet boy. And that's what she really believes. She really believes that. Because she can't take responsibility for her own actions. So, you know, I'm sorry that others felt that my other video stating these things. You know, I'm not about hearsay. I want to bring the facts. I want to clear Shanann's name. I want to clear her reputation. Because she is the true victim here, okay? And those babies, those beautiful babies, are the absolute true victims here, guys. They really, really are. Sorry, gotta get this notification off. And, you know, we can't forget that. And so when I still see, even after Chris's, I believe his, you know, untruthful confession, which you cannot believe a pathological liar, analyzing that confession over and over again. And trust me when I tell you, I hope I hyper-focus on stuff. I completely hyper-focus on things. He switched his story I don't know how many times. He inadvertently told on Kessinger numerous times. And also, he outed him. He outed her. So what I stated in this video right here is all public information. I didn't share with anybody the real information I have. And like I stated in that video, I needed my lawyer to go over that before I do. Because guess what? I got to cover my own ASS, okay? I think there's a saying, oh, Kurt, if I said that right. But apparently, this hacker that tried to hack into my system earlier, guys, I will go back on your comments, I promise. The hacker, they want my information. They want it badly. Why? Why do you want that information? Why do you want to see that information so badly? Are you afraid? What do you have to hide? What do you have to hide? We already know what type of people they are, okay? Everybody knows that. I'm not sharing anything that's new here. I'm not trying to be cruel, guys. I am the first person, let me tell you, that honestly, just because the judge recognized them as the victims under the Victims' Rights Act does not mean me, as a victim's advocate, did that. I don't have to. What I do is fight for the right victims. And to me, for the mere fact that the state gave them an appointed lawyer that the state paid for, a defender to stand up for them, and she chose for that lawyer to speak to the public, to do an apology that they had the wrong information, blah, blah, blah. She wanted that lawyer to speak that because she knew that she would only be lying if she spoke that. And you best believe that public defender put that statement out, and it didn't come from them. That public defender wrote it. And when that public defender was reading it, she wasn't believing it, okay? Now, Ronnie, let's give him some credit here. He couldn't speak. And do you notice when she spoke, Chris couldn't even look at her? But when they went to him, he looked straight at him. It's very telling. So guys, understand that what I stated in this video is in the discovery files. It is in public knowledge, public information that you can access, okay? You have to pay for it, but you can access it. So I didn't say anything that disclosed any information about them that's not already out there and available to the public, okay? I want to clarify that. I also want to clarify that I am a very caring person, guys. My weakness is victims of child abuse, especially child abuse. That just really breaks my heart. And victims of domestic violence and parental alienation, okay? Those are 3 things that my heart is very vulnerable to. And, you know, I can tell you right now that I am the type of person that when I drive on the street and I see a person with a sign that they say, I'll work for food, and I've only got like $5 cash on me, and you can't hand them your credit cards, right? I am the person that will give them my last $5. And I'll give you an example. My granddaughter, just a couple weeks ago, was in the back seat in her car seat saying, Nanny, I want some fries from McDonald's. And I seen this homeless guy. And I said, oh my God, do I get her fries? Or do I give this money to this homeless guy? I cannot just drive by this homeless man. I can't do it. So guess what, guys? I look back at my baby girl, because she is my baby girl. And I said, baby, we have to share, and right now we have to help someone that needs us. So I gave the homeless man the money. And then I scrounged up the change that I did have in the car at the time and went to McDonald's. And what happened was McDonald's messed up on the order. And they said, you know what? Keep it. Don't even pay for it. So what I believe is what we give out in the universe, God blesses us back tenfold. And that was a prime example of that. I also know that I do go out of the country a lot, and went to Jamaica for one, and on a cruise ship. And when I tell you this big cruise ship was all the way out into the ocean, guys, there's these little kids that were probably 9 years old, right? And I had already spent my cash on land in Jamaica, and I see these little babies out there in the ocean. I mean, far out in the ocean, guys, saying, $1, ma'am, just $1. And my husband knows how I am. And he said, babe, their family has them do that. Their parents have them do that. And I said, I don't care. I don't care. These poor babies are doing this. And I cannot get on this cruise ship and enjoy the rest of my cruise without knowing, you know, that I didn't help them. I needed to help them. So I said to my husband, you go back on that ship and you get money out of the bank and you let me give it to these babies. And so he did, because he knew I wouldn't have been able to rest. I would not have enjoyed my cruise after that. Not after seeing that. And so I said to them, how am I going to throw it? The money's going to get wet. And they said, just throw it, ma'am. We'll get it. We'll get it. And those babies put those dollars in their mouth. And they still waited. And when I tell you that cruise ship was all the way out in the ocean and there was a pier that you had to walk to, it was clear out in the ocean where they had to put these babies. You know, maybe their parents did have them do that, and that's sad. But guess what? I'm not the type of person that will ignore that, guys. I'm just not. My heart just won't let me do that, okay? Maybe I'm a sucker. Maybe, you know, I'm vulnerable. But when I see victims, true victims, guys, and I've seen what comes out of these two's mouth, it's heartbreaking. And what they did to Shanann really broke my heart. What they stated about her, even if you don't like your daughter-in-law, okay? You have to understand she is the mother of your granddaughters, your beautiful granddaughters. But yet your focus was still on your baby boy, Chris. Let me tell you, God forbid something like this were to happen to me in my life. Of course I would love my son, guys. Of course, absolutely, 100%. But my whole focus would be on my granddaughters, okay? And I don't think I could ever forgive my son for harming my life, which are my granddaughters. They're my life. And when I tell you that, they're my life. So when I first heard about Shanann's story, guys, and I never ever click on the news because I do get affected by information like this. And already doing what I do, I have enough of that already. So I avoid the news. Something told me to click on this video about this family. And they captured my heart, just like the whole world's. And Shanann's personality is just so amazing to me and so beautiful and so genuine. And her family, I'm just a good judge and character. Her family are just amazing people. And they're mourning. They lost their daughter. They lost their only daughter. Their only granddaughters, guys.